What's going on, guys? It's Amon-Rellik the God Slayer. Amon-Rellik Gaming. We're back. For more Conan Exiles. We have, of course, made it to the mid area of the map. Well, not totally mid area of the map, but we're about 30-ish% into the map. We've hit the middle of the desert. This is kind of like the sweet spot you wanna be in until you start hitting high level. Of course, in the last video, you guys saw me struggle to get up here. Naturally, you will probably want to make that progression slowly as you go along. But I just wanted to get up here so that I could quickly expedite some of the things that's going to be necessary. Like I said before, we're aiming to get some things crafted now. Mainly, we want to get, now that we've got access to iron, we wanted to get first the furnace built, so I had to get 500 stone. Again, I totally, didn't show that part because, 500 stone can be difficult to try and keep together when you having to grab a bunch, store it, grab a bunch, store it, and of course repairing this pickaxe as it breaks. And we needed, of course, to smelt that iron that we got, which is what this was for. And then, of course, we need to get our blacksmith bench. We need 50 bars of iron. So having to collect all the iron necessary, and again collecting another 250 stone. And it looks like we just about got what we need. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and craft this blacksmith bench. And we really want that blacksmith bench. We want that blacksmith bench badly. Mainly that blacksmith bench is going to allow us to do some really, really good stuff. One, is going to allow us to get our tools into a whole different category than just being stone shit, finally. Again, stone will be what you'll be working with for a good while if you didn't, invest in iron somewhere down at the bottom here. But again, like as you can see, the first amount of iron I found was right here from our starting point, from our starting base, which is down here. And so iron's pretty far away from the very beginning of where you start at, but it starts to get more and more regular as you go up. All right. Let's set down our little bitch. Oh yeah, I had to back up a little bit so I wasn't all in its way. There we go. All right. So now we got a blacksmith bench. We can start making tools. One of the first tools I suggest you make is the sickle. Make it. As soon as utterly possible, make it. It is going to, it's going to make all of your gathering much, much easier on yourself. Make it. As soon as utterly possible, make it. I think the reason, you used to couldn't make an iron sickle until, or a sickle period, until way later on in your levels. But I think the reason why they made this, because a lot of people were complaining about how, because this allows you to gather the grass and stuff a lot easier. So yeah. And of course we have somewhere now to put our little sticks. All right. This doesn't really matter in PvE, but in PvP you might want to watch out for when you're holding your stuff against, when you put your stuff against walls, because a person could do this. I'm not sure if I can do it now. If I go into first person view or something like this. Oh, did they fix it? I think they fixed it. Because it used to be that if your stuff clipped through the walls, Like if your stuff clipped through the walls, people could actually open your stuff through your walls. So you always want to be careful about having stuff clipped through the walls. But it looks like it doesn't really work anymore. That's pretty good. Well, I'm not sure if it does, but it looks like it doesn't. And of course, we need more bars. We need more bars. I mean, I need one more. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay. Luckily, I used up all that iron. That's fine. There is iron among us, so we're good on that. I just gotta go grab some real quick, real fast. Things will be so much easier once we are able to get all of our tools into the iron phase. Gathering the iron itself will be easier as well. But of course, you gotta start somewhere, right? And I'm choosing to start with trying to make sure that at least my gathering of grass isn't so bad. Give me that. All right. Whoa. And now we need iron pick, iron hatchet, and we are finally level 15. So now we can actually start looking at what we want to do here in terms of weaponry. So what can we do at level 15? Level 14, so we can't do shit with these weapons. The highest one we can craft is level 16. But let's see if we can do something that, okay, that's 19. Yeah, we can't craft any of that until way later in the levels. So at 16, that was what, 19? At 14, that's 19. At 16, that's 18. That's 20. So yeah, we want to make an iron short sword. Well, no, I'm sorry, not iron sword, but the iron axe. We want to make an iron axe. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and grab that for our knowledge on axes. Now, when it comes to our knowledge with the shields, that's a level 11 shield, which it guards. Well, the guard doesn't matter, but the shield actual damage is 16. This is at 20. Iron charge. So we'll go ahead and grab it. Boom. All right. So now we should have the ability to make us a weapon as well. What I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna take any of that. Let's go and try to grab some more iron ore. See if we can find some more iron ore. The key is to try and find as much iron as possible without having to fight anything. There's iron right there. how many dudes is in that camp. There's one. That's one dude. Oh, there goes the other one. Shit. Okay, let's see, maybe we can... Ah! Yeah, it's the guy. Ugh! And again. Oh! God damn it. That should cause them to have to run all the way down to get to me. Ugh. You see, this is the part that sucks about being weak. That you're highly limited to your ability to travel right now because of how weak we are. So we gotta scavenge a little more. Here we go. And because we'll gather stone while gathering this ore, I'm not going to worry about my thing breaking right now. I'm just going to let it break, and I'll be able to fix it with the little bit of stone that we get from gathering. I'm trying to be very careful because I don't have... I mean, as breezy as this may look, I'm really doing this in a very uncontrolled fashion. I'm not being very smart with the fact that I'm just running out here into higher level areas. I'm not being very smart with my life, but again, it's only because I've already done like 1,200 plus hours of this, of Conan. I know Conan like the back of my hand now at this point, so doing some of this is a lot easier simply because I know certain mechanics. Like I know how to kind of like, you know, outrun and outpace certain mobs when they're trying to attack me and stuff, so. But without that knowledge, yeah, I would not suggest doing this at all. And I sure as hell wouldn't suggest going any further than where we are now, I don't think. So this is where the undead are, if I'm correct. The undead are further up that way. Yeah, we don't want to go any further than that. Well, at least not yet, anyway. I mean, we do want to venture out that way, but we don't want to do it just yet. We don't want to give up the ghost just yet. Grab some of this coal while I'm here. There you go. Finish that up. Item broke. We bring that on back. Come on. Hurry up. Hurry up. Thank you. Get some of this coal here. Gotta keep that fire going back home. We done ventured a little ways up. We ain't ventured too far from home. But now we've got this. Look at that. Look how much we actually gather now. We gather so much of that now. And that's what we want. We want to gather that. We want to be able to gather that stuff as much as possible. And then I can go ahead and just start making twine like crazy now. Look at that. Yeah. This area doesn't seem to be cluttered with monsters, so I'm using this chance to just gather a little bit while I'm over encumbered. Didn't mean to do that. Eat all this. Eat all these. There you go. I wonder, can I make my torches now? No, I cannot make the torches now. But I will once a second. Hold on. Wait. I can make the torches with this. That's right. I can bust this wood down, make the torches. Yeah. Fuck! Okay. Hold on. Make them. Drop this. Oh, shit. Oh, hell. And that's just basically for making things as efficient as possible, of course. Like this. So I can do one more twine. And of course, if things get in the way, just do that. There we go. Just end the queue so you can have that ready. And then we can go back to that again and just getting that set back up. And I think we have all the materials we're gonna need. Grab that. That puts me at 100 for that. That puts me at 2 for that. Yep. Okay, so we can end that queue again. Come down here for the Armorer's Bench, right? Oh no, I didn't get the rest of the twine. Oh, it's upstairs. Here we are. Grab that. Boom. Now we can go ahead and do the Armorer's Bench. Then we can then requeue this. There we go. Like that. And then I'll go ahead and eat those. The gruel is also pretty good because it gives you both water and okay, it's ready. So I'm gonna transport that to over here. All we need is one iron axe. Yay. Alright. Now we're gonna take that. I'm gonna stick you right off in here. Like so. Just like that. And that's gonna allow me to make the armor and the shields we need. Yay. Now for the armor, what we're gonna do is we're gonna craft some armor that looks cool. Of course, this kind of armor is gonna be hard to come by. It's heavy stuff. So our aim is going to be to try and get that stuff requires where's it at? Heavy padding. And heavy padding is going to be, where's it at? I'll show you what heavy padding looks like. I can find it. It is heavy padding. Need thick leather. You don't get thick leather. You get thick leather from thick hides, and thick hides come from things like panthers, and big cats, and bears, stuff that I'm not good at fighting right now. That won't be good for fighting. So we're going to try to get us instead a medium outfit. See if we can do a medium outfit, a schmedium. And for a schmedium, we need regular leather and twine. We can do that. We can do that. But before we can get leather, and again, this goes back to the very first video when you saw me collect this tannery. We need this. The ability to tan the leathers we get. Now, tanning the leathers is going to come from hitting dead trees. And from hitting trees normally with the pickaxe. Now, we're going to find ourselves a pickaxe. And we're going to go smack some trees. And now we have that. Sexy. Very, very sexy. Very, very sexy. Alright. Let's put any excess stuff we have down in here. We don't want to wear ourselves down while we're out there. Ooh. Open the door. Now it used to be you couldn't use pickaxe for the trees to get bark, but I think they changed it now to where you can. Look, he's got an elevator up there. Damn. You're gonna need lots of it too. We need 50 of that shit. Oh yeah, you'll get vines from those little tropical looking trees. You're gonna need lots of bark too, so get used to using that pickaxe for the bark. Alright, so what do we need now? Got bark. We need 100 wood and 100 and 200 stone, I think. We can get the wood pretty easily from here. Shit. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. Kick. If you notice why, that's why I just randomly kicked like that. Okay, we got 100 of that. And see that? I see that stone is something else. Stone is oh dear. All right, we're back. Sorry for that little hiccup there. I had a fatal error happen, but we're back. I spent some time to go ahead and re-outfit myself. I now have an iron axe, an iron targe. I have full iron tools. We've got iron cooking on the bench. Of course, like I said, I made all my tools, made all my armor, got out of this stuff. I'm wearing full medium armor at the moment. It's the best I can get my hands on, so we're at 142. uh, armor weight medium. I've got myself organized and set here. My attributes, because this gives me this armor, each piece gives me +5. So that's the reason why you see how I have like a little extra after the bar, after the first circle, is because the armor itself, if you look at the armor, it gives me bonus strength. So it's basically 1 strength per thing there. So I'm getting that bonus strength, which is pretty cool. That. Now that I have this fire here at the house, I can keep this one on me as like my survival fire. Basically, when I'm out and about, if I'm too far from the base, I can always just pop this down, cook something to eat if I'm out of food or whatever like that. And then in terms of food, I'm going to be getting my iron cleaver together as well for my survival. Matter of fact, we're almost ready to craft one of those as well, and I'll be making my iron cleaver to take with me. I want to save this for my gruel, the gruel that's going to be necessary. But we're level 18 and we've gotten everything set up. Now I can actually start hitting out there and peeking around at some of the things. I'll actually, now that we're set up like this, I'll actually head back south and sort of kill my way back down south, which is back that way. Yeah, I'll head back down that way and kill my way down this way, get some more levels, stuff like that. But this is where I think I'll officially end the tutorial, in the sense that now you guys basically understand the method of building a little shack. Again, looking at your crafting inventory, your crafting in your inventory, of course, knowing that you unlock more craftable abilities and stuff like that through here. Of course, your main one being you want to start getting the blacksmith, tanner, and in the blacksmith you want to get your blacksmith bench down. You want to get your tannery down and your tanner table, because this is the one thing you need to know about the tanner's table, is the table, you take the skins of like reptile hides, take the hides, put the hides in here, and you strip the hides down to turn them into you strip like the animal skins into hides, and then you take the hides, put the hides over here to turn the hide into leather. And the byproduct that'll happen while you're cooking, while you're stripping the leather, you'll get tar as a byproduct. And you'll need, of course, the bark to fuel this particular station. You don't need anything to fuel this one, though. You just put the stuff in there and then press play. But you'll be needing to do that, build those two things, build, of course, your armorer's bench, and you'll see how much of an item you'll need for that. Build your armorer's bench and build your blacksmith bench. Of course, the main thing is hatchet for trees, pick for stone and iron and rocks and stuff like that, sickle for plants and whatnot, and of course iron skinning or skinning knife for you. Of course, you know it's all self-explanatory that way. But now that you're officially outfitted with some weapons, a weapon, shield, okay, armor, you know how to, get your weak alloy extract from those alloy leaves, which you should be able to gather very, very well now with this. Always having a food source and a water source, of course. Later on, you'll be able to actually use the fishing traps alongside water. You just basically put them on the water. They just have to be touching the water at any point. Once they're touching the water, put those down, and then like the bugs you get from collecting, the plants. You'll get bugs as a byproduct from collecting the plants. Just to kind of show you what I mean. real quickly here. When you're collecting stuff here, there you go. Those bugs, you'll take those bugs and you'll put them in the fish traps, and they'll attract the fish to the traps. And then you can take the fish and then bring them up here to your cooking thing and cook those, and you'll have fish. So you'll basically have multiple ways to obtain food other than having to chase and kill. You can actually just do that as well, if that fits you. If that fits your playstyle a bit better. So now that you know that, I think the only other tutorial I'll do next will be I think the next tutorial I'll probably do, and this one will be the final tutorial, because when it comes to the resetting of your stats, you probably won't care to reset your stats until you're like level 60, and you're, you know, and at that point you'll probably only reset them because of one or two reasons. Either one, because you screwed the build that you had up and you don't like it, which is why it's very important for you to take the time to read these and read all the different perks in them, so that you can kind of know what you want to go for. It is impossible for you to max them all out unless you mod the game. It's really impossible to max them all out. So you want to make sure that you're picking from each tier here which of these are like, for instance, just for a build that'll get you through the entire game and do that solidly for you. With strength, you're going to want to get to 3 at the most. You're not going to go anywhere past 3 on strength. On agility, you're going to want to get to 2. Anywhere past 2, you're doing too much. I would say even just 1, be quite honest. Because the game, like if you look at your stat menu, armor reduction, total damage reduction is 36%. The game will only get you, well, you can go higher, but the damage reduction begins to fall off after you get to 81%. 81% is the cap, is the soft cap for armor reduction. Anything more than that, you're pushing for negligible resistance. So you want to go for 80, 81-ish, around there. That's going to be your max. And you're only going to be able to get that for real with like high tier armor anyway. But, so you're not going to really want to go, and again, the armor itself won't, this right here, this stat itself won't get that to that high. So you want to do that. You want to get to about like 1, maybe 2 there. You want to take this to 2, maybe 3. Get this to, I would say if you want to, do 2, because you'll do increased damage to enemies affected by negative status effects. So you do 15% more damage when you've done like a bleed or a cripple or sunder, things of that nature. So you want 2. Again, 3, it's up to you. Agility wise, again, you want to get to 1, but I'd say 2 at the very most. Vitality wise, you want to get to 2. You don't really need to care for 3. You want to get to 2, because when it comes to your vitality, the highest you can get this, it's like 600. That's the highest you can get this, and even though that 600 is very, very low, it's very, very low compared to the enemies you're going to fight in this game. And some of the hardest and strongest enemies will kill you easily, even with max health. So understand that you yourself aren't as strong as you think you are. And so in Vitality, you don't want to waste your points trying to get anywhere further than this. Just go to 2, call it a day. When it comes to accuracy, again, you just want to hit 1, call it a day, unless you're going for a complete bow build where you're going to use nothing but bow and arrows as your main damage output. Then you would want to go ahead and take the whole tree, because if you don't go the whole tree, you're gimping yourself. So you're going to take this whole tree. But if not, if you're just using a bow and arrow as a side thing, 1. 1. Grit, you want to take the grit up to 2. If you find yourself, if you're using heavier weapons, you might want to take it to 3. But if you're using lighter weapons, 2 probably be fine, or maybe 2.5, but 2 probably be fine. Encumbrance, you might want to take encumbrance to about 2. Take it to about 2, so you can get that sure-footed. Crippling effects are less severe. You really want that, because if you get crippled without this, you'll get brought down to like a walk. You know, you'll basically get crippled. You'll basically die, because when somebody cripples you, it'll bring you from being able to run to like a slight jog, and they'll be able to just run up to you and just hit you. And if they're hitting you hard enough to where you have to run, they're gonna kill you if you're crippled. So just getting encumbrance to 2, we'll get that right there. And I would say level this first, especially at your low levels. Go ahead and get this to 2, because you're gonna need to carry a lot of shit anyway. So just go ahead and get this to 2. Make this be the first thing. I would say get strength to 1, get accuracy to 1 if you want to do that, and then just push this to 2. And then survival, this is, again, I would say put it at 1 maybe. 2 if you find yourself drinking too much water. But then again, you can make multiple water skins and just keep them on you. They don't weigh that much, even when they're full like that. Like water skins only weigh 1.12. You know, they weigh little to nothing. Your armor weighs way more than that will ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at your armor itself weighs way more than those. So if you feel like you need more than one of those, so you don't really need the survival skill. So, you know, again, just take that into account. But again, like I said, later on, you'll be able to make a fireball cauldron. Real quick here, I'll show you that fireball cauldron. And this fireball cauldron will allow you to create that, where's it at? That yellow lotus potion. And that yellow lotus potion will allow you from those yellow leaves I showed you in the previous section. The yellow lotus potion will allow you to forget all of your feats. There's one for your attributes as well, but it'll let you forget your feats and redo these, just in case you know, because like later on in the game, when you no longer need to make certain things, you might want to respec these, so that, let's say for instance, you've made your castle and you're not going to do anything else to your castle, so you might not need all of these different building pieces anymore. You can go back and respec and then put things in other places, because you don't need that knowledge for that anymore. See what I mean? So you can do that. And people are finally waking up. But I'm gonna go ahead and get things together, guys. And like I said, when I do actually do another tutorial, I'm gonna do it on the next important thing. We got food, we got water. The reset thing is something that you'll worry about at the very end of the game. And again, you're only gonna reset either because you screwed your build up, or because you're aiming to switch to a gather build to gather a bunch real fast, and then you're gonna switch back to your fighter build again. So reset is not really something you need a big tutorial on for real. But you will need a little bit of something for, you know, getting yourself just into the game and what's happening. So we've got food, water, reset, and thralls. Thralls are going to be the last thing that you're going to need to be told about and understand the inner workings of that in order to truly master this game. Because once you master the idea of not starving to death and not, you know, dying of dehydration and getting around the sandstorm, right? You're going to now need to know how to kill things. And not just how to kill anything, but how to kill things that are far stronger than you. Because again, never forget that you are weak compared to the thralls in this game. Like, and I'll show you just one instance of what I mean. I've got my shield and I got my axe. We're gonna take one guy. I think he's right over here. Yeah. There you go. Him. What is he? let's first move out the way. Now you see that? I'm in medium armor. You see what that was a regular light swing. And you see how crippled I am? I'm slow when I'm walking. I don't want to get crippled like that ever again. Okay. He's a fighter too, right? He's a fighter too. He's got way more health than I do. There you go, I bled him. He's got way more health than I do. Oh no. Woo! He took half my health with that damn near. Well, a little bit more than half my health with that. I gotta get him to swing. Jeez. I did not mean to do that. Okay, there you go. Just want to keep him bled. Get the hell out of there. Whenever you get stuck like that, roll. Roll will get you out of the. Never return to your dead. It'll get you out of that stagger animation. Use that time while he's too slow to do that. Get out of that. Run over here. All right, there we go. Come in. Move it. Move it. Move it. All right. Now, that was me fighting a Stygian Fighter 2, right? The Thralls in this game have 4 tiers. 1, 2, 3, and named. The 4th is named. Named Thralls, of course, are the strongest. Named Thralls are the strongest, and they're the rarest that you'll come across. You have to go to certain areas. Most of those areas are very dangerous in order to get those Thralls. Now, this level 2 Thrall here, he gave me quite a, you know, he gave me quite a fight, right? Quite a fight. Understand that all Thralls, when you're fighting them in the game, they are not leveled. They are all level 1 Thralls. If that Thrall was level 20, which is the max you can level a Thrall, and if he was leveled based on combat, and I'll tell you about that later, he probably would have been able to 2-shot me with that great sword, even with all I have. And he's only level 2. He's not even level 3, nor is he, you know, he's only level 2. So he's basically mid-grade. He's mid-grade, but he will be able to destroy me if max leveled and leveled properly. So again, and you're able to get them. You can enslave a Thrall and make them work for you. And so in the next one, as the final frontier to the to this whole thing, we're going to be teaching you how to grab a Thrall. And I'm going to specifically try and grab that Thrall. That same tier 2 Thrall. I'm going to try to grab it and bring it back and enslave it. And we'll go through the whole process of doing so. And we'll make it happen. And then I'll show you just what I mean by once you get a Thrall, the game becomes all that easier. And the stronger your Thrall, the more easy the game becomes for you. Now, I'm going to end this, finally, rambling. I'm going to end this like this. Thralls are put into this game to aid you in combat, and you have builder Thralls to put in your stations to both make the cost of things go down and to make them make your crafting stations faster, and you can craft higher tier stuff depending on the kind of Thrall. If you have a tier 4 builder Thrall or something like that. But just remember that you can kind of tweak your difficulty in this game by choosing whether you're going to use super strong Thralls in your combat or not. But I'm just going to show you basically what you would want to do regardless, just to help out. And that is just get you a decent attack Thrall and roll with it. And then once you have it, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks in order how to make the most of your Thrall. Thanks guys for watching. Amon-Rellik the God Slayer, Amon-Rellik Gaming. We're out.